Welcome, welcome to the Big Nickel Podcast. I'm joined with Frank, Big Moke, and Alex. My name's Joey. Say what's up, everybody.
What does it look like, crew?
I'm
Oh
just
my god.
blessed to be alive.
Straight up, straight up. Okay, welcome to episode 1 of the podcast. This is just an NFL podcast. We're gonna start it off. We're gonna run through this week's games. We're gonna start with Thursday night football. The Rams absolutely manhandled the Patriots 24-3. Frank, any thoughts on that game?
You know, I'm gonna be honest. I did my predictions on the beginning of the year. I really thought the Rams were gonna suck. I thought they were gonna be bad.
Oh,
And they've played really good this year. Their defense.
They just played
mainly
the
it was-
Wait,
No, no,
has this game happened yet, or are we
The
giving
Rams
our
are
No,
predictions?
this was last
no,
week's game.
that's
Oh, okay.
Thursday.
Okay, I
But
didn't know.
no, the only reason I said they were gonna suck is because I didn't think their offense was gonna live up to the way it played 2
Todd
years
Gurley
ago.
left.
Yeah,
Todd
I
Gurley?
thought they were just gonna be meh. You know,
Cam
have
Akers
to.
played good that
They
game.
play good. So
They got a good tandem of running
I don't know
backs.
how
They got a
far
bunch
they're
of
gonna
good
get in
running
the
backs.
postseason, but they're a good team. You know.
With that defense.
That
they
defense
can make
has
it
been
fun.
playing great.
Michael, any thoughts that add on to that?
Well, I think what he said about Todd Gurley, I think that just shows how in the NFL you don't need a running back.
Yeah,
How
running
I
backs
talk
are just,
about Saquon,
Yes.
I think should get traded. Kareem Hunt kicked the girl, right?
Ooh.
You know, him on the Chiefs,
Oh,
he won a Super Bowl, but look how easily we replaced him.
yeah.
You don't need a running back.
Yeah. There's
the
a lot.
first
There's
round.
a surplus of
Yeah.
running backs right now.
Well,
Alex, anything to add?
The Seahawks are good.
I still think you need a fucking good running back. You can't compare fucking Patrick Mahomes, that fucking
What are you talking
god
about?
of a
That's a
year.
quarterback.
Okay, but you're
interesting.
saying the Chiefs,
Dude,
right?
no. We're
That's
talking
fucking Patrick Mahomes, my
No,
guy.
we're talking about paying.
What if you got a
running
fucking
backs.
Daniel Jones at quarterback?
No, shut up.
Like the Giants.
We're talking about paying run. Do you pay a running back?
Paying
Alex, you
running
paying
back,
Chris Carson
yeah.
50 mil? You paying him
Yeah.
that? No, because you can just get another running back. You don't need
DJ
to pay him.
Dallas.
That was just a horrible draft pick. Draft a
Okay.
better one.
Okay, we're gonna move
No,
on from
perfect
that
example
game.
is Philip Lindsay.
God.
Saquon and Philip Lindsay are in the same draft.
Yeah.
They both
Yep.
produce very
Yeah,
well.
Undrafted.
Oh yes, yeah, he
Great
was
game.
undrafted.
And both of them were replaced. So shut up.
Okay. Okay, let's move on. I'm just gonna skim through a couple games that weren't very interesting. I guess they were blowouts. Cowboys, Bengals. You know, Dalton. You know, got his revenge game. That's basically what that was. Bears,
Revenge
Texans. Bears at. Yeah,
and struggling.
revenge game. He got the. Doesn't matter. He got his win against his old team. Well, Bears, Texans.
You know, Trubisky played
wasn't
good. That's all I gotta
not a
say.
very good
Hey,
shout-out. Trubisky did play good. Then let's move on to Michael's Chiefs. The struggle for Patrick Mahomes in
The
Miami.
struggle.
Michael, let's
bro.
Patrick Mahomes
no,
single-handedly
Chiefs
lost me
fan.
my fantasy.
Listen.
Michael,
Hey,
let's hear what you gotta say.
guys, I guess the struggle's 400 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Ooh.
2 tip picks and
Well, that's the
fucking
struggles when you're Patrick Mahomes. bro.
one-handed Randy Moss pick, man. That's a struggle. The 30-yard sack, that's a struggle, but everything else.
That one was.
They dominated the game till the third quarter, and then, Andy Reid run
Hey
the
man,
ball.
he thought he could do it because
Let them get back in.
he does it in Madden, so he thought he could do it in real life.
That is-
Hey, doesn't let him
live.
It's not a struggle.
Miami did score No. Miami did score 17 in the fourth. Like they were getting blown out.
That's
so.
That was
that's
rough.
called Chiefs run the ball, Andy Reid. Those two meet in the playoffs. That's a smoke show, for real though.
Yep.
That's a smoke
Okay.
show.
Okay, let's move on to the next game. You got the Jaguars versus the Titans. Titans take care of business, and the Jaguars move to 1-12. Titans to 9-4. Then we have Frank. Oh, do you want to say something?
The
about that?
Jaguars took
I don't
care of
think there was
business too, man. They getting that draft pick,
much. Yeah.
All in a day's work.
Okay. Okay, we'll move on to Frank's Giants. What happened, man, against the Cardinals? 26-7.
All
What
right.
happened, Frank?
All right.
What happened, man?
So we're gonna go.
What
We're gonna
happened?
go real quick. Daniel Jones hasn't been close to 300 yards since week 1. Passing game has been a struggle all year. He's barely hit over 200 a couple times. Barely hit 100. In this game, we tried to establish the run like we did versus Seattle. But the difference between the Cardinals and Seattle is
Definitely
Seattle is
did
the
that.
worst defense, and the Cardinals. I don't know where they're ranked, but they definitely ain't the worst. And they shut it
No,
down. In
no.
the fourth quarter, 6 minutes left, down 20. We're still trying to run the ball. No pass game. Receivers
Damn, you
played
guys are
awful.
still-
Just Daniel Jones, like we need more out of it. Like play calling is awful. Everything about the offense is awful. I don't care what you say, what you see,
That
bright
game was
spots, this
bad.
and
I
that.
tuned in at the end, bro. That was a bad game.
You
They
can
were-
see
it
the
was
score
rough.
and look.
The
you can look
only
at the
bright
score.
spot is Andrew Thomas.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
5 sacks allowed.
For
Get out
real.
of here. Listen, you can look at the score and be okay. Yeah, allowed 5. You can look at the score and be like, you know what? They really got beat.
Finish up the
But-
point, Frank. You don't need to talk about
No.
for 17 hours.
Bro, the defense was getting they got the ball like 6 times on our side of the field. They're gonna score points.
Yeah. Okay.
He's got to be better.
So,
Frank, this is a 30-minute show, bro.
Frank, another good game on Sunday was the Broncos and Panthers. Not really any playoff implications, but just a good football game. Broncos win 32-27. They're definitely 5-8, so they'd have to win out to have any chance. Move on to the next game, Vikings Buccaneers. A lot of playoff implications in the NFC for that one. Vikings moved to 6-7, and the Buccaneers moved to 8-5. Alex, you want to say anything about that?
He ain't got nothing.
Kind of important for.
Tom Brady. Yeah,
We'll
that
say
ain't
this.
it, Chief.
We'll say this.
Why is Alex talking
We'll say
about
this. You know,
Tom Brady ain't it, Chief, bro.
No,
Tom Brady.
I'm a big Tom hate
Ooh.
Brady washed kind of guy now, but he played pretty good
Hey, yeah.
against the
he's
Vikings.
washed.
196 yards for 2 touchdowns.
He beat him.
Yeah. You didn't win. Minnesota missed 10 points worth of.
Okay,
field
well,
goals, though.
Minnesota
I
and their
remember
kickers,
that. Let's
man.
remember
What are you
10
gonna do?
points. I think I
Yeah, he missed 3
Who
field
missed
goals in the
the
next
field
point.
goals? Dan Bailey.
But yeah.
Damn.
Dan Bailey. Yeah.
Dan Bailey and
Well,
Blair
Buccaneers
Walsh. the
tough
Buccaneers
fucking
actually put
day,
themselves in
man.
a pretty Buccaneers
Don't
put
forget
them in a
about
pretty
Cody
good
Parkey.
spot to win, and the Vikings. I think the Bears are now tied with them, and they are moving back in the playoff hunt as well.
I don't think anybody wants.
Yeah.
I think every team wants to see the Bears in the playoffs, though. 'Cause if I'm a team
I don't
and the
know.
Bears
not if
match up with
the-
you,
They
I'm
play like that.
they're putting up 10
Hey,
points.
if the Bears offense comes to play okay,
That's like
and
once
the
in a blue
defense-
moon, bro. I want
no,
to see
I
that
said
2
no,
weeks in a
not
row.
even good. They said okay. If they play okay, that is a scary team.
I don't know,
They just
because
play
last
awful
year
when
when
they
the
lose.
Chiefs and Bears played, it was not a pretty sight, man.
Yeah, because
Not a pretty
the
sight.
offense did not even play okay. They
But
played
like
awful.
the defense, yours' defense did nothing. Like people were like,
But,
"Oh,
yeah.
the Bears' defense is gonna shut down the elite quarterbacks," but it didn't
Yeah,
happen.
but the only problem with the Bears defense when they don't play good is because they're on the field the whole game.
That's true. Like the
because the
Giants.
offense is playing bad. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on from that game. We have another blowout game. Seahawks take a bit care of business against the
We don't-
Jets. and
just
I guess
skip
you can-
that.
as
I
Michael
would hope
said,
so.
you can take the Jets cook a bear business against the Seahawks. Then we got the Colts versus the Raiders, two pretty good teams. Colts actually blew out the Raiders, 44 to
You know what? I want to give a
27.
bold statement.
Okay.
Jesus.
I
Yes.
think the Colts in the postseason aren't going to go
I'm
far.
scared of the Colts. I'm scared of the Colts.
No,
I
the
don't think
Colts,
that's a hot
the
take.
Colts, the Colts
That
are the
Colts defense
scariest
is
team
really
in the
good.
playoffs.
Yes.
Because you go to the Chiefs, you
They
know
got
what's
good.
gonna happen.
They're well coached. They're well coached.
Yes.
They have a good
best
defense.
And Philip
No,
Rivers
I'm
is
not
a
saying the
seasoned
defense. I'm
veteran.
Any
saying
well-coached
it's
team,
that man.
any
It's that man
well-coached
lined
team
up
with
under
the
center who's
defense-
going to cause them
Yeah,
to lose
that's
that game.
the problem. If they
You talking
can,
about
if they can
quarterbacks?
run the ball
You?
consistently, if
Jesus,
if they can run the ball consistently, that team can be scary.
Dude, Jonathan Taylor's a monster. They're fine. I'm
I
telling
know.
you, they're the scare. They're like they're the dark
Yep.
horse of the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
If they made the
I'm
AFC
always scared of the
Championship.
Colts just because they're well coached every year.
Ooh, Chiefs.
Obviously, a good
A
defense.
Chiefs Colts AFC Championship.
I think it'll be
Great.
Chiefs,
Not-
Colts,
not beyond
Titans,
that.
Chiefs.
Okay,
Damn, not even
move
the
on from
Bills.
that game.
No, the Chiefs smoked them. What are you
Well-
talking about?
We'll come back to the Bills later. Let's move on to the next game. We got Packers versus Lions.
Same old,
Surprisingly
same
a
old.
close game, but Packers actually get
Rodgers
the win. They
and-
win by 7.
Tay and Rodgers
pretty-
did business. You know,
It was a good game.
Hey,
It
and
was a
Rodgers
good
did
game.
business in the first quarter and he didn't get the ball rest of the game.
Yeah. Yep.
My
but they
fantasy
did
team felt
business.
that.
They got the 100 yards, a touchdown. That's business. That's the every week. You know, Devontae doing that.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
true.
let's move on to the next game after that. The Washington football team wins a big game against the Niners. The Washington keeps themselves in a playoff hunt for that NFC East division, and the Niners, with that loss, may put them out of playoff contention at this point. 5-8. It's probably not a way they're making it to the playoffs.
Especially not in the NFC
From
West.
Super Bowl, yeah, from Super Bowl loss to missing the playoffs. I know they have a lot
I
of
think,
injuries,
yeah,
but
it'll be good for them to get a
it's
draft pick.
been a rough season. It's been a rough season for the Niners. Very rough season. But they'll bounce back next year once all their players are back.
Well,
Man,
this is
imagine
the
having Jimmy
question.
Garoppolo.
This is the
That's tough.
question. They get a good draft
do they
pick,
go
right?
for a quarterback?
Yeah, do they
Do they
take
go
like
for a
a
quarterback?
Justin Fields early?
I mean,
That'd be
alright,
interesting.
Could be interesting. Could be interesting. Could be interesting. Okay.
They
let's
wanted to
move on
get
the
Matt
next
Ryan, I'm
game.
pretty sure. There was rumors about them trying to trade
What?
for him.
Imagine they get
Yeah.
or
They trade
Dak,
Jimmy
they could
G
get
for him
Dak,
because
I
they
think
can't
that'd be
take the
I don't know
cap
if it's
for
a
that.
trade or like
Carson Wentz.
there's something
There's a
about
lot
him
of-
going there in the summer.
keep Jimmy Garoppolo.
I feel like Carson Wentz
Try
can
to
play
get
good in
Carson
there.
Wentz.
They're like a little weird offense.
Okay, we'll move on from that game. We're gonna talk Falcons Chargers. Chargers win by 3. Not really anything to talk about there. 2-4-9 teams now. Then we'll move on to I thought it was a very interesting game. The Saints versus the Eagles, and Jalen Hurts first start gets a win, moves Eagles to 4-8-1, and the Saints get their third loss. I don't know if you guys watched that game, but
I did.
it was a very
Wasn't this
entertaining
game like
I did.
21
Hurts played
to 0
well.
at one point?
Yeah, but I think what
Yeah.
I saw from that game was a lot of people were
Eagles
like
defense
Hurts,
showed
but
up?
I think how Hurts played, that puts them over the Giants. I think it goes
Yes. Yep.
Washington.
It might be a little too.
Eagles,
The thing is,
now.
it might be a little too late
Yeah,
for the Eagles.
but I think he
Well,
played
well,
really
well.
good.
I think Washington's gonna
What's
come
the
out
Eagles'
top on
remaining
our division.
schedule?
I think Washington.
I think the
Eagles still
Eagles
play
have
the
the
Cardinals,
easiest.
Cowboys, Washington.
See, if they win those 2 division games, I think they in the Washington loses out, they got it.
No, if Washington
Okay,
loses 1 and the Eagles win 1. Oh, so it could actually
Yeah.
come down to them playing each other in Week 17 for the playoff
Yeah,
spot.
and I think that the Eagles will beat them if
Our
Hurts is
division is
still
very
playing good.
close. Like it's just a lot.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. The Bills beat the Steelers and give their Steelers 2 losses in a row.
We
Bills
know
moved
the
to 10-3.
Steelers' true identity. Come on.
They're
We've
too
known the
focused on
Steelers'
TikTok.
Yep. Yeah.
Like
Run the fucking ball. Fuck.
I think it's just they have way too many
Shut up, James
weapons.
Conner fan.
10
I don't know how
carries
you
for
lose.
18 yards?
It's pretty bad.
That is so
Maybe
bad.
maybe that's their true identity, Alex. Maybe that's how they play football.
They're bad.
I'm waiting
That's
for
for sure.
one team.
Stephon
Go
Diggs
in
had him
on.
with
Big
130.
Big Ben, hey,
Big
at
Ben
Big
is
Ben
up.
could win you games, but not throwing it 37 times. You got to give it to your running back. But to be fair, the 10 times they handed it off, he's averaged 1.8 yards per carry. That's pretty bad.
Now, I didn't watch the game,
I'm-
so I
I'm telling
couldn't
you,
tell if
bro.
it was his fault or if it was the
Hey,
offensive
I'll be
line's
honest,
fault.
bro. I'd rather give it to Benny Snell than James Conner. I think Benny Snell's a better player.
Over James Conner?
Straight up. Yep. I think Benny Snell's better.
I think they're both good
I heard
running
things
backs.
started
Benny
Training
Snell is
camp.
more like a
Yeah, they're both
grinded
good.
running back.
Yeah.
But like,
So was James
Conner's but James Conner's a really good receiving back. That fits,
That's
you
true.
know,
Yeah.
Big Ben.
They might fit the Steelers a little bit better. Yeah.
Hey, but you heard what Big
Okay,
Ben? Did
then.
y'all hear what Big Ben said after the game though? Something about if he keeps playing bad, he's hanging up the cleats. Like you don't want to.
Good.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So.
Not
Ain't nobody
bad.
like Big Ben anyway.
I don't know anybody who's a Big Ben fan. Okay, let's move on to the final game of the week. Could be up for debate for the best game of the year.
I need to talk about this game for real though.
The Ravens Browns. Ravens. Lamar goes down. Apparently, Lamar goes down. Comes back from the locker room. Puts him back. Throws a touchdown. Throws a touchdown with less than 2 minutes to go.
Waddle.
Takes the lead. Baker goes down.
I
Scores
want
a
to talk
touchdown,
about.
takes the lead for the Browns, and then Lamar goes down one more time, gets Justin Tucker in range, gets the win. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
I want to talk about how you're paying $1 billion for a defense, but they put up
Okay.
45 points.
That's pretty
Tell me
bad, buddy.
that. That's why I
Hey,
don't
Baker
think the
might be-
Ravens are
hey.
good.
Baker might be hitting he might be hitting his stride.
No, Baker's
though they
not
lost-
that bad, but he's
Even though they
not
lost,
that good.
Baker's hitting might be. I know. Even though Baker lost, he might be hitting his stride.
What I'm not getting is how does Baker play better when Odell goes down?
I feel like
Maybe
there's too
Odell's
much
the problem,
pressure. to
Odell's
throw it
always
to
the problem.
Odell.
But
Hey, yeah.
it's simple football. There's tape of him being open, and he forces terrible passes to other receivers.
Hey, maybe. Hey, you don't know. Quarterbacks are weird creatures to where. Hey, maybe they just don't play. Well.
I think the Browns will be like a sleeper team in the playoffs.
Yeah,
but-
I'd be scared of the Browns. They could come out and beat anybody.
I think that they'll choke,
If
and
they really
they're
want
either
to.
going to choke an easy game or blow out like a really good team.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. They could either they could come out and beat anybody, in my opinion, or come out and lose to anybody. Like the Jets could beat that team if they play bad. It just seems like that. I don't know.
I
But
say
it's
you give it to
definitely
Nick
a
Chubb
very
more.
very good game.
I'm like Mike Vrabel with the fucking face mask, bro. Run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Okay, that it. Oh,
are you
got
gonna
the
run the
thoughts?
ball when your quarterback passed for 343 and 2 touchdowns on the Ravens?
Here's the point.
I
They
mean, Nick
still
Chubb
ran-
scored 2
they
touchdowns
still
on
ran-
80 yards.
They still ran for 138 yards. They got 4 rushing touchdowns with.
Well,
the
they should when they
343
have
pass-
Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb.
Okay, so why are you saying to run the ball more if it was working? They lost because Lamar put a play together, just came back
Yeah,
and
that
that
was
like
the hell
that.
No,
of a
they
play.
lost because of the greatest kicker in NFL history.
Justin Tucker definitely is good.
That's
Okay,
true.
we'll move on. We'll move on from that game. Definitely a good one. Could be in contention for the best game of the year.
I think it
But
is.
we'll move on. We'll move on to our playoff predictions. So right now I'm gonna list off
Whoa,
the
whoa,
AFC
whoa! What
and the
about Week
NFC.
15 predictions?
We're gonna do that after, buddy.
Okay.
I like Tweedles.
Okay, we're gonna do our playoff predictions. I'm gonna read off all the playoff teams right now. Start with the AFC right now. First place in the AFC, the Kansas City Chiefs.
I think
We
they.
got second place,
keep
the
it.
Pittsburgh Steelers. Just wait, I'm reading off all the teams.
I don't
and
know,
we'll go
babe.
through the predictions. Steelers are in second place. Then we got the Buffalo Bills in third. Fourth are the Tennessee Titans. The first wild card in the AFC is to the Browns. The second to the Colts, and the third to Miami. In the hunt, we have Baltimore at 8-5. You have the Raiders at 7-6, and I guess you could throw the Patriots in the mix, but it's very unlikely at 6-7.
What I think.
Hey, wait, let me read off the NFC. In the NFC, we got the Green Bay Packers in first at 10-3. The Saints second, 10-3 as well. The Rams are 9-4 in third. The football team is fourth at 6-7. The Seahawks in the first wild card at 9-4. The Buccaneers are 8-5 in the second wild card. The third wild card are the 7-6 Cardinals, and then in the hunt you could put the 6-7 Vikings, the 6-7 Bears, and I guess you could throw in the 5-8 Lions and the 5-8 Niners, and you could throw both the Giants and the Eagles for their division. Now we'll start with Mike, since you're chomping at the bit. What are your
Well,
playoff predictions?
I wasn't chomping at the bit. I just didn't know you were kept talking. All right. But what I was
Okay,
gonna
go ahead.
say was, I think for the AFC, everything will stay the same. Besides the
Okay.
Dolphins, I think the Dolphins will choke it just because Tua's young.
I think the Ravens.
I think the
Who do you
Ravens
think's
take
taking
it.
their spot?
Yeah.
The Ravens take their spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for the NFC,
Honestly,
No.
the Browns might take over the Steelers.
It could.
I really
So
think they could.
Steelers, they should have like a definite win next week in the Bengals, and then they have to play the
Yeah.
Colts and then the Browns week 17.
Yeah. Hey,
But
could be,
what
yeah.
do we say if the Steelers lose that game?
Yeah.
What is the Steelers then if they lose that game? to the
Then they're
Bengals?
just an easy first round exit,
Bums.
wild card
Eh.
exit.
I wouldn't say easy.
I would, because then that would
So-
probably put them as the wild card spot, and then they'd have to play either Buffalo or Tennessee or Cleveland.
Honestly, I think everything stays the same in the AFC, but I think Baltimore takes Miami's spot, and in the NFC,
Okay.
I think honestly,
Damn, that's an original thought, bro.
well, look who's playing. The Raiders are probably not going to win. Now the
Frank,
Patriots are probably not
I
gonna win.
just said that.
Oh, you did? I wasn't really listening to you, honestly. I'm sorry. And then the NFC, I mean, Washington's probably gonna win our
breakout.
division.
I don't know. The
I don't
Giants
know.
can take it.
What do you think? It's interesting for the wild card.
The
in
NFC for the wild card is
there's
very
a bunch of
interesting.
teams. Yes, there are a
Tampa Bay
bunch of
should
teams
win
that-
out with ease.
Tampa Bay should
Who they
make it,
play?
but then it's between Minnesota, Chicago, and Detroit, honestly.
Arizona.
But Detroit's probably not
Arizona.
gonna make it.
No, it's gonna be Arizona, Minnesota, Chicago.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see Arizona.
3 wild card. Yeah.
Yeah, so Tampa and Arizona, and then you have, honestly, either Minnesota or Chicago.
This next week, Minnesota and Chicago play each other, and that could be a huge indicator on who's gonna make the play.
Dalvin
Whoever
Cook,
does
300
that
yards.
probably is. Dalvin Cook
Do you
didn't do
watch
anything
football?
against Chicago last
Do you know the
time.
Bears have a
Yeah.
good defense? Or do you
Yeah.
just watch
Yeah.
the Seahawks?
Hey. Well, hey, whoever wins that could push the other team out of playoff contention this late in the year. That game is huge next week. But speaking of that, we'll move on to next week's predictions to end off the show. So we're going to start off with Thursday night football. We're going to start off Chargers, Raiders. We'll start with your prediction, Frank.
Chargers, Raiders. I mean, I don't think the Chargers are a bad team.
Yeah,
Their record is
They've
the record is
lost
the
a lot of
record is
close
worse
games.
than they've played.
worse than they. Yep.
But
I was about to say
I
that.
think the Raiders will still beat them. Probably a close game, but I think the Raiders will come out with the win.
Okay. Mike, prediction,
I think it'll be a shootout. Raiders win.
and Alex.
I say close game because I think the Chargers are always prepared against their division opponents.
Yep. Who's gonna win in this close game?
And I'm gonna say Raiders.
I'm gonna go against the grain. I think Herbert's gonna come out and play well on Thursday Night Football in prime time. I think he's gonna get the win over the Raiders. And then we have some Saturday football this week. We'll start off 3:30. We
Yo,
got
let's
Bills
go
versus
Saturday
Broncos.
football.
Hey, shut
you,
your
Alex.
mouth.
Bills versus Broncos. This time we'll start with Alex. What are your thoughts, Bills Broncos?
The Bills blow them out the water by like 30.
Okay.
Jesus.
Mike.
Oh, I'm not gonna say what he said because the Broncos may have a bad record, but they're not a joke of a team. I bet that they're gonna lose,
Yeah.
but their defense
The only
can
time
hold them.
they've been pretty injured the whole year too.
Yeah, but they're
Let's not forget about that. That's still a good football team.
Yeah, they're a
At least
good
an average
team.
football team.
They're not gonna win, but they're not gonna get 30 bombed.
Yeah. And then Frank prediction.
I think the Bills. I don't think, like I said, like Michael said, I don't think the Broncos are bad, but I think the Bills' defense is too good for them to score, and their offense
Yep.
is too good for Denver. I think they're probably gonna blow them out just because of that, but I still don't think the Broncos are that bad of a team.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm also gonna go Bills. It's still a good game though. So then we have Saturday night at 7:15. We have Packers Panthers. I think we can probably run through this one pretty quick. I think the Packers will blow out the Panthers.
I think this is where
Frank?
Aaron
Oh,
Rodgers
Alex. go ahead.
will either make or break the MVP this week. If he doesn't do very good, which he probably will, Patrick Mahomes will win it.
Isn't C-Mac
Frank?
playing?
Yes.
Is he coming
Doubtful.
back?
I thought it
Thank
was
you.
doubtful. Matt Rule said it today. He was doubtful. Frank, what's your thoughts?
I got Green Bay by a lot.
Yeah, Mike.
Well,
quick
Green
answer here.
Bay barely beat the Lions, so I'm going with if C-Mac plays, I got the Panthers.
Ooh, okay. And then we're gonna start off. That was all the Saturday games. So we got Sunday. We have the Niners versus the Cowboys. Mike, let's start it off with you.
The boys.
Boys. Alex.
Shit, probably the 49ers.
49ers. Okay. And then Frank.
Got the Cowboys. They're playing hot right now.
Cowboys. Yeah, I'm also gonna take the Cowboys. And then pretty easy game. I think we can all agree. It's gonna be Ravens versus Jags. I'm obviously taking the Ravens. Frank, you taking the Ravens?
Ravens.
Ravens. I'm just gonna guess everybody's taking the Ravens. We're gonna move on to the next game.
Oh.
Oh,
What are you gonna
Gardner
say?
hot
Minshew is
take.
no longer the starter, all right?
All right, Ravens.
I don't know who
Who's
the
the
fuck the
starter?
other starter
Mike
is.
Glennon?
Yeah,
Jake-
Mike
Jake-
Glennon.
Jake Lehman?
Yo, fucking Lamar
Yeah.
Jackson. Mike
Bears
Glennon
legend.
is rushing for 3 touchdowns.
What I just
You
come back
obviously
to?
never seen Mike
Go to the
Glennon
next
play.
team. I don't want to hear him talk. I don't want to hear him talk anymore. Go to the next team.
You obviously never watched Mike Glennon play. He said Mike Glennon rushing for 3 touchdowns. Okay, next game we got the Texans Colts at noon as well. Michael, we can start off with you. What are you thinking about Texans Colts?
You talking to me?
I
didn't hear.
was talking to Mike. Texans Colts, Mike. Who you
Not you.
taking? You gonna talk, Michael?
Oh, well. Deshaun's not a slouch, but they're going to get beat. That's the best defense.
Alex?
I'll take Colts by barely.
Okay. Barely. Okay. Frank?
Colts. I don't think it's by barely because the Texans, their defense is not great and their offense is lacking, and it's pretty much Deshaun.
I'm also gonna take the Colts. I don't think it's gonna be very close. Next, let's move on to the Lions Titans. I'm gonna start this one off. The Titans are good. I think the Lions come out and beat them though. Personally, I think the Lions have been playing well the last few weeks. Matt Stafford might come out and have a Matt Stafford game and get them the win. Alex, what are your thoughts?
Derrick Henry, another 200, 3-touchdown game.
No. Lions Titans, who's winning, Mike?
Derrick Henry fucking kills them.
Okay. And Frank?
Titans.
And I
Okay.
don't like the upsets.
Bro,
Okay, we're gonna move
this
on
is,
to the
it's
next
the
game.
Lions. Like,
Let's move on to the next game. They almost beat the Packers last week.
that's because they started playing
Let's move on to the next
conservative.
game.
How many times have the Lions
Buccaneers
been out of the playoffs
and
before
Falcons.
Thanksgiving?
What team did we say, Joey? What team we talking about?
Buccaneers, Falcons.
Ooh.
Could be, Matt Ryan could have one of those games where he looks like good Matt Ryan, or he could be bad Matt Ryan and get blown out.
Matt Ryan's got more interceptions than Phillip Rivers this year. Hate to see
Yeah,
it.
all they do is run the ball and Colt.
I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers. I think the Falcons are gonna put up a fight, though. I think it's gonna be a close game.
Yeah. Michael
Same.
What energy?
and Alex.
They're like the damn
Alex.
Falcons.
Yeah. Tom Brady and Bruce Arians. They're gonna get in a big ass fight this week. I feel it.
Oh.
Bro, why are you talking like you know
Ooh.
football?
What?
Okay, I'm just gonna assume you're picking the Falcons. Alex. I'm gonna pick the Buccaneers.
The Falcons. The fuck.
Okay, so we all got Buccaneers then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we have the annual Patriots versus Dolphins game at noon in Miami. I'm taking
Well, the fact
Miami
that you said
Dolphins
in
to
Miami
lose to
has
the
no
Patriots.
meaning.
I got the Patriots in an upset win.
Really? You do?
Belichick manhandles Tua.
Belichick coming on the field tackling him?
Yeah, he playing DT.
I don't know what you've been watching, but
Listen, bro. I know this is a football podcast, but I should know this stuff. But Cam Newton has double the interceptions to touchdown ratio.
Yeah,
What
it's
the
been
fuck?
a very bad
Yeah.
year.
Put Jared Cinnamon. Jesus.
He's
he's
worse.
terrible.
They did
That's
last
why I gotta say.
Yeah, he's
That
awful.
Patriots offense,
Hey,
like,
they run the ball,
they're
man.
like goddamn Navy in college. Like they only run the ball. Like throw the damn
Yeah,
ball.
they do
The
play
Dolphins
like
are gonna
Navy.
manhandle that offense. I'm telling. That's not gonna be a good
Mm,
sight.
okay.
That's gonna get
Go on,
Cam Newton
Frank.
Going
fired.
Dolphins.
Dolphins. Okay.
Good.
Alex, you going Dolphins too?
Yeah.
Okay. Then Alex, we're moving on to your Seattle Seahawks versus the Washington football team.
All right,
We'll
Chase
start it
Young
off
is gonna
with
break
you
the
then, Alex.
sack.
We'll start it off with you.
He's gonna break the sacks per game, or sacks in a game record. He's gonna do it.
Russ not escaping?
No.
You don't have that escapability anymore? He ran out of that?
I want to say something on that. I don't think.
So who you taking then? Alex? Let's hear who Alex is taking.
Well, Alex Smith is hurt, so I'm gonna take the Seahawks.
Okay. And Frank, who you taking?
I'm gonna take the Seahawks just because their offense is explosive. Yeah, they have a good front seven, but outside of that, DK Metcalf is gonna.
Yeah.
What are you even
Can
making
the floor.
noises
And
for?
then
Can Fuller.
Michael.
The goat. But I'm
you
gonna
were
take
make a
the Seahawks. But I do think what Alex said that I don't think he's gonna break the sack record, but I think Sweat and him
Yeah.
destroying the tackles is gonna cause a lot of problems, and Russ is
Yeah.
probably gonna have a
Sack
bad game.
record like 8.
A lot of problems. Yeah. 8.5, I thought. Something like that. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not
Um,
Google.
Alrighty, and I'm also taking the Seahawks. I think it'll be close, though. Close game. And then the final noon game on Sunday, like we were talking about earlier, a lot of playoff implications. Bears, Vikings in Minnesota. Michael, your thoughts?
Bears Vikings, did you say?
Yeah. Now listen to
If
this,
the Bears come out to play like they
Offense looks
did last week,
Yeah.
Vikings still win. I got the Vikings.
Ooh,
Ah.
rough, man. Frank. Thoughts?
Like how we
I
say
think-
a lot of this shit just to piss off Joey.
The Vikings offense. I don't want to say it's great, but it's pretty good with Jefferson, Thielen, and Cook.
It's okay.
So if they play like no turnover offense, and they can hold you guys to 10, 15 points, some shit like that, Vikings will win it. But if you guys drop 30, you guys are winning.
Similar thoughts.
Statistics say
I think-
Minnesota -3. I'm going
The betting
Minnesota.
odds, but
Whatever.
he said
It's-
the
it's the
statistics
same
wasn't
thing.
betting odds.
Same fucking thing.
Statistics.
Run that shit off statistics. Shut up.
Okay, and I'm gonna actually take Chicago by 30.
Okay.
30-0.
We're all being realistic,
a-
bro. Chill.
It is realistic.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
He's
a
living
very-
I don't think
imaginary
Mitchell Trubisky's
land.
ever put up 30 points in his life.
Yeah, I know you don't watch football then.
He put up 21. He only got 3 touchdowns.
I'm talking about 2 seasons ago. They might have
Eric,
like 5
give me a
touchdowns or something like that. 6 touchdowns.
Who was he playing? The fucking team
The
worse than the
Buccaneers.
Jets? Oh, so yeah. So the team worse than the Jets.
Huh? Yo, stick to the Seahawks.
Move
They're gonna
on.
beat y'all.
Okay.
Word.
Okay, that's all. Okay, so that's all the noon games. We move on to the 3 o'clock game. The first 3 o'clock game, we got Eagles,
Aaron
Cardinals.
Donald
a lot
actually
of
might
playoff
break
input.
the sack record in this game.
Hey, Alex, you want to cut me off again? We got Eagles, Cardinals, lots of playoff implications. Eagles could push even closer to that playoff spot in the NFC East. The Cardinals could push closer to that third wild card spot, or even try to take over that second wild card spot. We'll start off with Frank. Frank, you watched the Cardinals play your Giants last week. Now you're going to watch them play division rival Eagles. What are you thinking?
Honestly, I don't know because we've only seen one game of Jalen Hurts,
It's going to be, yeah,
and
they beat a good team.
the Eagles. I'm not gonna lie, they have a lot of weapons on offense, but I can't tell if it's Carson Wentz or the weapons playing like ass. And they got Jalen Hurts. I think it's gonna be a good game. I'm gonna pick the Cardinals strictly because DeAndre Hopkins and Kyler Murray are a great
Okay.
duo.
Can I talk to Frank real quick about this?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah,
You
go
say
ahead.
they got a lot of weapons. Why don't you name me the weapons? Because you
They got a okay.
I
I,
know
don't want
who
to
they
say weapons.
you
No,
trash
Hey.
talk the life out of them and their
yeah,
weapons.
I do trash
do
talk
that.
that team
You did
because
do
I
that.
hate them. But let me finish.
Ertz,
You telling
bottom
me
receiver
got-
this year.
Hold
bottom tight
on,
end
you're
this year.
telling me. You're telling me you got a healthy Ertz, healthy Elshon,
He's not
healthy
healthy. He
D-Jack.
just got back. What are you talking about?
I'm-
He's saying in a hypothetical.
A hypo-
If they were all healthy with Wentz, they were playing good.
Good weapons.
And then you got all these rookie receivers that they drafted throughout the years. They got
suck.
the Whiteside
Rager.
guy, they got Rigor, like all these guys they hyped up that they have
Yeah.
potential. But you
think
can't
Rager's
tell
gonna
if
be good.
Carson
He's
Wentz
just
is
been hurt.
missing them or they're actually
Yep.
bad. Now that they have
But
Hurts and they
you're
won
talking
a
about
game versus
great
a good
weapons. You don't know. Nobody knows what kind of weapons they have because their
That's
three
why I want to see
receivers
what
are.
Hurts does with them.
He did pretty good with them. He beat the Saints.
Okay, so that's my point. They're
But
playing the
I
Cardinals
just
now.
had to call you out because you're talking about great weapons, but you were like trashing them.
I didn't say great. I said they got weapons.
Do they really got weapons though? I mean, they're probably
Great weapons is like, yo, that's Kansas City Chiefs. That's
But no,
great
do they
weapons.
even have weapons?
Yeah.
They got like tool. They
I
got
mean,
Nerf
now that
guns.
Alshon's back, Alshon's always played good for them. Ertz, I mean,
Yeah,
he's hurt
Alshon's
and
good.
whatever, but like he's always been like that secure guy for them. They had a decent run game with Miles Sanders and who's the other running back they have?
Boston
Scott.
Scott.
Yeah, they're not bad running backs. They don't have a bad offense.
Okay,
That's
hey,
why with
this is kind of irrelevant to what we're talking about, but are you taking Miles Sanders over Chris Carson?
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
Alex, Caleb told me about that, and he was making fun of you for so long. You stupid.
Yeah, that's
Dumbass.
yeah. Okay, so I think definitely some discussion on that game. It'll be a good game. We'll move on to the next game, Jets Rams. Frank, who you got?
I got Aaron Donald. Not even the Rams. I just got Aaron Donald.
Got it. Alex, Jets Rams. Who you taking?
Honestly, dude, you throw up 10 zones. You just let Aaron Donald take on all 5, see what happens.
He said 10 zones.
I think
Mike.
the interception record will be broken that game.
What do you think
That-
it is? Like 5?
Ooh.
I think they're gonna.
6.
He's throwing Peterman picks out there. It's gonna be bad.
They could sign Nathan, to be honest. See if they can
They-
break it.
do they want
yeah,
the
I got
record?
Rams too. What?
Do they want to break it?
Yeah. They got to be known for something this year.
Yeah, 0-16.
Teams have already gone 0-16.
Trevor
Not
Lawrence,
every
man.
team can throw an interception record.
And gone 0-16.
Okay, we're gonna move on to an actual good game at 3:25. The last 3 o'clock game. Chiefs Saints 12-1 coming in. Saints coming in after a loss 10-3. It's gonna be in Louisiana. Michael, big Chiefs fan. We'll start it off with you. What are your thoughts?
Big Chiefs fan.
Big
I think the
fan,
Chiefs
Mike.
win by double digits, but no, I don't think the Saints. I think Taysom Hill's not ready, but I think like Mike.
Yeah.
I've watched him play. He only throws it to Michael Thomas. Like I think Michael Thomas is going to
That's Drew Brees.
demolish our corners, but I think
Yeah. Well, Jarius ain't guarding him.
they just lost to the Eagles. Like I don't think they're gonna beat the Chiefs.
Okay, Frank.
I'm picking the Chiefs. I'm gonna get to that first, but everybody knocks on the Chiefs defense, but the Chiefs defense always like when they had to go against Derrick Henry and all
the
that.
Chiefs defense is pretty good.
They always play good against their good opponents. They always do what they got to do. And I feel like they're gonna cover Michael Thomas, shut him down, and Taysom Hill's gonna look like a tight end. Like they're gonna be good, bro.
He's gonna be a tight end. Alex, you want to finish it off here?
I think Travis Kelce's going to do what he always does. Oh, you're playing zone? Okay,
Another
I'm going to sit
100-yard
right
game?
here. Easy 100-yard game.
Expert analysis, Alex. Expert.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
I'm also taking the Chiefs.
But it's
and I don't
crazy
think
'cause
it's
I'm
gonna
right.
be close, to be honest. Okay, we're gonna move on. Frank, we'll start this one off with you since it is your Giants. They kind of need this game to stay in the playoffs against the Browns, who are coming off a devastating loss to the Ravens.
wanna
on
stay in the
Sunday Night
playoff run?
Football. Frank, who
You
you
know,
taking?
2 weeks ago we beat Seattle. I was talking that trash.
2 weeks ago, are you picking the Giants?
2 weeks ago I was picking the Giants. After last week, no,
Picking-
they
You know they're bad team
bro.
now. You remember they were
2
not
weeks
good.
ago, you were picking the Giants.
bro, we had Seattle 5 points in the first 3 quarters.
Ooh,
Bro, I
We
would have
held
taken
the
them.
Seattle Seahawks offense to 5 points
Taking
for
Baker.
3 quarters.
They
You're
are a
telling me we wouldn't be
one-sided
able to
football
guard
team.
Baker Mayfield? Like, bro,
Dude, the difference is, yeah, you clamped up the best receiving core. The Browns have 2 top 10 running backs
Best
who get 200 rushing
Yeah.
yards a game. You cannot
yeah.
guard. You cannot stop that offense. It's
If
no matter
there's
how.
if there's a weakness to the Giants defense, it's their D line. Like
Blake
their
Martinez
biggest
is gonna
weakness,
have
in
to
my
have a
opinion.
day.
Frank, am I right with that? Is their D line probably the weakest part of
No.
the Giants defense?
no, it's the
What do you think is
secondary.
the weakest part? You think I thought their safety.
The reason we're good at coverage is because the D line's always getting
Yeah,
there.
you're right.
We're causing pressure
You're
all
right.
over the place with Leonard Williams and our pass rushers. It's our other
Okay.
outside James Bradbury. Name me the other corner. I can't even pronounce his name.
Julian Love.
No, not him. He's
Valentine.
No, he's cut. It's like Biotic or something like that. Like I don't know how to say
But
his
Frank,
name.
Frank, pass rush and run stop.
DeAndre
two different
Baker?
things.
Yeah, there is a difference.
No, I know there's a
Yes.
difference, but I'm saying okay. We've all watched Baker
That's
Mayfield.
what I think's gonna
He's
happen.
made some bonehead plays,
Hey,
but
Okay,
if they're just
so
gonna
has Daniel
smash mouth run
Jones.
the ball on us, they're destroying
That's what's
us.
gonna happen.
I think they're
That
beating
is what's
us.
gonna happen. They are
I
going
think they're
to
beating us.
you're playing the
Thump,
third best
dink
rushing
and run,
offense.
down the throw, big
Third
play
best
here and
rushing
there.
offense.
Your offense can't do nothing
Oh
against
yeah, we're
them.
gonna lose to their offense, and we can't stop the run. Simple.
I mean, they just put up 40 on a really
the
good
Ravens.
defense on the Ravens. Like, it's not gonna be. I don't know how you guys will do.
The Giants only give up 100. They give up 100 rushing yards a game. That's
But
not-
they've never
not
played
too
a running
terrible.
offense like this, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You're right. So we all taking Browns.
I'm
Yeah.
taking the
Alex
Browns.
said we didn't really get your opinion. You taking Browns.
Browns by
Yeah.
double digits.
Same.
And then the final game of the week on Monday Night Football, we have the 11-2 Steelers versus the 2-10-1 Bengals.
Do we even need to
Oof.
talk about this game?
I'll start. Steelers, big bounce back. And then they finally get their confidence back or whatever the hell's
I
going
hope
on.
it's a big bounce back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
because if
gonna-
it's
I'm gonna have
not,
to
then
say-
season's over. You went 11-0 for nothing.
I'm gonna have to say it's gonna be a big bounce back into the loss column. They're losing their third straight. Bengals somehow
Yo.
get a win.
Yo.
Defense stands on its head. Give me the Bengals.
Joey, can you name the Bengals starting quarterback?
I think it was
Drew
Brandon
Lock.
Allen.
No.
Give me
Fucking
a
B.
second.
Allen. Who the fuck is
Brandon
B.
Allen. I just said that.
Brandon Allen, him.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna take the Steelers.
Hey,
too.
Brandon
I've
Allen's gonna
never
light
even
it
heard
up.
of him.
How have
Against
you
the
never
Steelers
heard of
defense.
Brandon Allen? Like that
TJ
dude's
Watt,
really good.
Cameron Hayward, Budget Priest out.
How have you never heard of Brandon Allen? He went to
Joey, you can't even think of
Arkansas
it. Shut up.
and Fayetteville High School. He was a beast.
You ready for my?
His sibling is Austin
Who the hell are
Allen.
you talking about, bro?
Brandon Allen, the Bengals
Listen,
quarterback.
Joey, this is my Mystic Mac
Give me
prediction.
Bengals.
Mystic Mac
Bengals.
prediction on the game. First half, 14-14 game, right?
Steelers
People are
up
like,
big.
Steelers
never
are
mind.
fraud team. Steelers second half, blow them out. I think close in the first half.
I think it's the opposite. 21-0 at the end of half. Brandon Allen comes out. The defense pitches a
All right,
shutout.
You're talking about
Brandon
him.
Allen
You're talking
puts
about
up
him like he's
24.
MVP. You just didn't know who he was 4 seconds
He is.
ago.
I knew he went to
Real
the University
quick,
of Arkansas now.
let's make a bet. Does Juju make a TikTok on the logo?
He has for every game.
He has to.
Hmm.
He said he's gonna make it a routine.
I'll put 10 on that.
If it's not on the Steelers, he does that.
That's a -3. We got a -3 on him dancing on the logo.
So
Okay.
That's gonna be a biggest
I
bet.
don't want to
Y'all
go
all
over a
taking
game.
Steelers?
I don't want to game.
you
I want
wanna
a
go
game
over a
we
game?
already went over. But
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Browns Giants, and it says Cleveland's
Okay,
only.
nobody else wants to.
No.
Nobody wants.
It
to
says
talk about
Cleveland's only -4.
Yeah, I don't care
Really?
about the betting odds.
Yeah.
That's a good take if you like to bet. To
Weird.
be honest, that's a good over to take. Okay, so any other thoughts, gentlemen?
Seahawks are winning the chip.
No, y'all aren't.
Just stop.
We got to go over the
Not gonna
history of
get
you guys
into
in the playoffs on podcast.
Not now. We can save that for a different podcast segment. But I think we're at about 45 minutes here. We're probably gonna end it off here. Any last things to say, gentlemen?
Yeah, I got something.
Okay, Mike.
Seahawks should have ran the ball.
Ooh,
Damn.
Frank.
That
last
hurt.
words.
No, I'm chilling.
Alex. Last words here.
I hope Patrick Mahomes runs a QB sneak.
Oh, you bitch!
Oh, rough. Okay. Everybody, thanks for watching episode 1 of the Big Nickel podcast. Remember to like and subscribe, comment what you guys want us to talk about, and have a good one.